Hey guys, welcome back. Well, we're not quite outdoors, but we will be, rest assured. Mrs. O put me in charge of cooking dinner, and whenever that happens, we don't get the typical salad. So anyhow, thought I'd bring you guys along, show you if I'm gonna cook, the typical meal I'm gonna make, and show you that process there. So long story short, it's gonna involve meat. But to make Mrs. O proud, it will also involve some vegetables, and one thing that is very readily available is asparagus. One of these days I'm going to actually measure this to see how much it grows per hour. We just cut this morning, and it's only, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it's already grown this much, and it's already cut down once today. I figure it grows at least on a good day anywhere from a half an inch to an inch an hour. So this stuff really grows like wildfire, and eventually you just get sick of eating it.
Yeah, I do.
And then we just let it go and just grow. Let a lot of these little spindly ones go, but you know, like tomorrow, by the end of the day, this one here, we should just stick a tape measure or a ruler by it.
Yeah. You go get one?
Nah, we will here. But
What's this?
it's just one that's growing kind of cockeyed. So anyhow, we're gonna have some fresh asparagus. Over here on the grill, I've already gone ahead and peeled some red potatoes. We got those boiling because one of my favorite dishes is regular old mashed potatoes. So that's asparagus. So don't we have a whole bunch of asparagus that we've been collecting?
Yeah, well, this is
From the garden.
actually,
The stash. So there, plenty of asparagus kicking around. Like I say, we'll eat this stuff until you pretty much get sick of it, and it gives your pea a nice aroma. So anybody
TMI.
Oh come on, anybody take asparagus knows like it just be like.
Who wants to talk about that?
Well, that's one of the side effects, asparagus.
I want to know why.
Why? It makes your pee so stinky?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just like, it's nasty. Even if you're fully hydrated, you're like, oh, you know?
Yep.
It's something good for you.
We should just talk about how delicious it is.
It is delicious. I think of it as like detox, just pulling out all the bad stuff. I don't know if that's true or not. It stinks. Once you've got your asparagus all washed and cut down, you cut the little hard stump off it, or you can just snap them off, whatever. My favorite way to cook these is on the grill. They're amazing on the grill. It's actually I don't mind them boiled, but on the grill, it's like, they're pretty awesome. So, in order to do that, I just put them in a bowl, or you can put them in like a big sandwich baggie, and then just coat them with olive oil. We'll get them all in there. Sometimes in a big like Ziploc bag, it's a little bit easier to do. There's a little more room. You can massage them around a little better. So we do that, and then the only seasoning we put on them is just salt and pepper to your liking, and then we'll just mix them around here in the bowl, shake them around, whatever we got to do, and then just cook them on the bobby. Ooh, that's probably a little too much. I don't think there's probably too many of them in here to shake. We can try. You want to get your pepper and stuff all mixed around in all of them, get the oil on them. And the best ones are the ones that get like a little bit of right up here. Well, some of these are actually starting to go to seed. Some of these got a little bit too big on us. But when the end of them here gets all a little black and caramelized from the grill, that is the best part. I think sweet corn is my favorite, but that's a pretty close tiebreaker. I really like my asparagus. So there, that's ready to go on the grill. And the other thing on our menu is going to be some venison. So this is we butcher all of our own meat. So this is and then we vacuum seal it all, so it lasts. I mean, you can get several years if it stuck around that long. Vacuum sealing is fantastic. But this is a buck, December 2015 butterfly steaks. So we'll open this up, let these sit out for a little bit before we cook those. So this is a buck that I got this year, last year. I actually shot this buck on the last day of deer season. It was so stinking warm out all deer season, man. So we cut these into nice butterfly steaks. So these will be really delish. So anybody that's ever had venison that says it's gamey or stinky or anything like that, a lot of it depends on how and when and who butchered it. If you leave them things hanging with a hide on them and don't get them cooled down, and it always disgusts me. A guy gets like a nice buck and or any deer, then he's got to drive around and go show all his buddies, and thing sits in the back of his pickup truck for like a week, and then finally goes to a butcher. The butchers around here, I wouldn't take a deer to. I'll be honest with you. Things get thrown on the ground, and it's pretty disgusting. So, we've always done it. Even when I grew up at home, we've always butchered our own deer. As soon as we harvest the deer, obviously we field dress it, bring it back home, hang it up, and get the hide right off it while it's hot. Let it cool down. If weather permits, and it's between 30-40 degrees, it's got to be pretty particular, where we can let it hang for a few days. 2-3 days makes a huge difference on how tender the meat is and how good it is. But if you can let it just hang and age for a couple days, it's been my experience that makes huge difference on the quality of meat. If we can't, what we do is we'll quarter up the deer, back straps, front shoulders, hind quarters, neck roast, whatever you want. And one of our friends actually has a chest freezer with like shelves in it, and he's actually got that set up so we can use that, and we'll put our deer in there, like 30, just above freezing. We don't want it to freeze, just enough to stiffen up the meat a little bit and let it age a little, and it makes a huge difference. Then we process it. We do our own hamburger, our own sausage, roast, butterfly steaks, stew meat, hamburger, corn venison. We make all kinds of stuff out of it. So I just thought about this. There's the deer we're eating. So that's the buck we took this year on the last day of rifle season, actually. So he's kind of neat. He's got some neat character to him. He's got this sticker point here hanging off, and got a real nice rack on this side. Got a little bit of mass to it. Got some neat character where it comes out of his head, but his right beam there was really kind of goofy, and we had about 3 deer I saw this year that were running around like that had one side of the rack or the other was all messed up. So it's kind of in the genetics up on our lease where we hunt. It's not your classic stereotypical 8-point. We get a lot of weird goofy looking deer, but put them in a freezer bag, you can't tell the difference between that 4-point and that 9-point. I just had to bring the potatoes in. It's so stinking windy out, I can't get the pot to boil outside. So what I like to do with the steaks, they're usually, venison is extremely lean. Particularly you shoot a buck who's all rutted up. He hardly has any fat on him whatsoever. And, contrary to the myth, I can't really say that bucks taste nastier than doe. I don't know. All their meat tastes fantastic. I'll put a little bit of seasoning on it, not to hide any taste or anything. I just like to taste the seasoning. And what we use is this stuff here. It's called Woodsman. There's a local guy that sells this, and we buy his sausage mixes too. And there's his website on there, and his portions are fantastic. It doesn't make it overbearing. It's not like just all salt and so much seasoning, it's gross. This stuff is probably my favorite. He also makes a speedy mix, which is really good too. I just go across it with a tenderizer, which basically is just like, little knives, I guess, if you will. And that's pretty much it. You don't have to do any of that. The key to this, to make it taste good, is cook it hot, cook it fast, and don't, cook it till it's like a piece of shoe leather. I mean, anything would be disgusting at that point. Right, Mrs. O?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Potatoes should be just about done, yeah. So they're nice and tender. So we drain them and smash them. Well, if I'm cooking, whatever I do is always going to involve about a half a stick of butter. Right, Gavin?
Yep.
So then we'll start smashing up our potatoes. We'll have to add a little bit of milk here. Make them creamy. You don't have to peel to do this either. You could just leave the skin on if you want. What way do you like them, Gavin?
Skin on.
You do?
No, actually.
We need some more milk. Is there any more in the fridge, buddy?
Yep.
I like to be able to see you when you go in your closet.
So,
There's your light up.
there should be enough. So I'll get these all smashed up, mixed up. Because the meat and asparagus isn't going to take that long. We just put the asparagus on. We've got it on low. If you put it on high, I mean, you have a tendency to get it, cooking too fast, or it'll just start to burn on you. So I just put it on, and there's going to be some casualties. Some of these guys are going to fall through the grate, so I put little spindlier ones up top, and so that's pretty much it. Yeah, you're just going to cook them. I mean, you can tell they'll get real tender. They'll start turning, like I say, up here on the leafy portion. They'll start getting a little brown, sometimes black if the flames hit them, but let them go slow. So I went ahead and just moved the asparagus up to the top shelf while we threw her up on high so we could get the meat on, otherwise the asparagus will go nuclear. So what's the trick here, Mrs. O?
The meat on.
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean,
Hot.
Hot.
A bigger fork, a longer fork.
Oh.
That would be a better trick.
so you gotta cook it really hot and really fast, right?
Oh,
You don't want a little wussy fire. There, a couple minutes, flip them over. Oh, you gotta have the blood drizzle. That's the trick, folks, right there. Ah, no. Going in. There. Whew. Amateurs. So the asparagus looks beautifully done. You can see how it gets kind of that wrinkly texture to it. So I'm going to take and shut the camera off, stick a plate under this vicinity, and then use a forward sweeping motion to remove it from the grate. These little guys, because they're so thin, they only take, about maybe 2 minutes on each side. We like them a little bit pink in the middle. So we'll take and grab those off there. And they look just delish. That's a pretty sweet shirt you got on there, Mrs. O.
Oh, thanks.
Just-
It's not really a shirt.
Oh, it's like a long skirt.
Are you gonna say shirt again?
Shirt, nightgown thing. I don't know. It's pretty sweet though. I'm just more interested in the sweet logo. Nice. So why did I have to cook dinner again?
Because I was cleaning
Oh,
when you were sleeping.
I wasn't sleeping. I was working hard doing man things.
You were sleeping.
Oh, well, men take naps, I guess.
I want to take a nap.
That looks pretty yummy. What do you think, Shiva? You think it looks pretty yummy?
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Oh my god.
So there it is, dinner with the O's. Mrs. O's gonna give us the money shot, the steak reveal.
You did
suppo-
good.
You're supposed to go, oh man, oh.
Very good.
Oh man. Can I do the asparagus?
You ought to do the asparagus reveal.
I'll do that.
Oh, okay, give me an asparagus
I'll do
reveal.
the potato. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then the potato.
Well,
Yum, yum.
all right. Well, it looks like the asparagus. Hey, Trina, give us a reveal on the milk. How's the milk? Let's see. Oh man, so it looks like dinner's good here with the O's. We got the milk's good, the potatoes, the asparagus, which just came back out of his mouth, and the meat.
It was very good.
Yeah, it was.
Well, that's it, folks. Time for dinner with the fam, and hope you guys maybe learned a little something. I don't know what. What could they have learned? Maybe that you can cook asparagus on a grill. Who knows? Anyhow, thanks for watching. Hey guys, welcome back. Well, we're not quite outdoors, but we will be, rest assured. Mrs. O put me in charge of cooking dinner, and whenever that happens, we don't get the typical salad. So anyhow, thought I'd bring you guys along, show you if I'm gonna cook the typical meal I'm gonna make, and show you that process there. So long story short, it's gonna involve meat. But to make Mrs. O proud, it will also involve some vegetables, and one thing that is very readily available is asparagus. One of these days I'm going to actually measure this to see how much it grows per hour. We just cut this morning, and it's only, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it's already grown this much, and it's already cut down once today. I figure it grows at least on a good day anywhere. So we do that, and then the only seasoning we put on them is just salt and pepper to your liking, and then we'll just mix them around here in the bowl, shake them around, whatever we got to do. And then just cook them on the bobby. Ooh, that's probably a little too much. I don't think there's probably too many of them in here to shake. We can try. If you want to get your pepper and stuff all mixed around in all of them, get the oil on them. And the best ones are the ones that get like a little bit of right up here. Well, some of these are actually starting to go to seed. Some of these got a little bit too big on us. But when the end of them here gets all a little black and caramelized from the grill, that is the best part. I think sweet corn is my favorite, but that's a pretty close tiebreaker. I really like my asparagus. So there, that's ready to go on the grill. And the other thing on our menu is going to be some venison. So this is we butcher all of our own meat. So this is and then we vacuum seal it all, so it lasts. I mean, you can get several years if it stuck around that long. Vacuum sealing is fantastic. But this is the Buck December 2015 butterfly steaks. So we'll open this up, let these sit out for a little bit before we cook those. So this is a buck that I got this year, last year. I actually shot this buck on the last day of deer season. It was so stinking warm out all deer season, man. So we cut these into nice butterfly steaks. So these will be really delish. So anybody that's ever had venison that, you know, says it's, you know, gamey or stinky or anything like that. A lot of it depends on, you know, how and when, and from a half an inch to an inch an hour. So this stuff really grows like wildfire, and eventually you just get sick of eating it.
Yeah, I do.
And then we just let it go and just grow. Let a lot of these little spindly ones go. But you know, like tomorrow, by the end of the day, this one here, we should just stick a tape measure or a ruler by it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get one.
Nah, we will here. But
What's this?
it's just one that's growing kind of cockeyed. So anyhow, we're gonna have some fresh asparagus. Over here on the grill, I've already gone ahead and peeled some red potatoes. We got those boiling because one of my favorite dishes is regular old mashed potatoes. So that's asparagus. So don't we have a whole bunch of asparagus that we've been collecting?
Yeah, well, this is
From the garden.
actually,
The stash.
um,
So there, plenty of asparagus kicking around. Like I say, we'll eat this stuff until you know, pretty much get sick of it. And it gives your pea a nice aroma. So anybody takes,
TMI.
oh come on, anybody takes asparagus knows like it just be like, oh.
Who wants to talk about that?
Well, that's one of the side effects, asparagus.
I want to know why.
Why? It makes your pee so stinky?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just like, it's nasty. Even if you're fully hydrated, you're like, oh, you know?
Yep.
It's something good for you.
We should just talk about how delicious it is.
It is delicious. I think of it as like detox, just pulling out all the bad stuff. I don't know if that's true or not. It stinks. Once you've got your asparagus all washed and cut down, you know, you cut the little hard stump off it, or you just snap them off, you know, whatever. My favorite way to cook these is on the grill. They're amazing on the grill. It's actually about, I mean, I don't mind them boiled, but on the grill, it's like, they're pretty awesome. So, in order to do that, I just put them in a bowl, or you can put them in like a big sandwich baggie. And then just coat them with olive oil. We'll get them all in there. Sometimes in a big like Ziploc bag, it's a little bit easier to do. There's a little more room. You can massage them around a little better.